I came to this region exactly 30 years ago, and now I can never stop reflecting what an amazing development this Asia-Pacific region has gone through over these 3 decades. And then I'm not just referring to macroeconomical and socio-economical development in general, which of course has been astounding. But if we talk about something that is more relevant to this forum, innovation and the development of communications. Back then, this region was considered, from a Western perspective, as backward and slow, and a follower rather than a leader. Today, as also Doug was alluding to, it's very much, of course, together with North America, a joint leader in pioneering new services, new applications, new technologies. An amazing development. Let's look at some hard facts. Asia-Pacific represents roughly 50% of the world's population, but only today, 31% of global GDP. But it has 43% of the global subscription base of LTE, and that is prior to LTE launches in the 2 largest countries, in mainland China and in India. It represents also the highest LTE ratio, 51%, in South Korea. The mobile penetration overall is 89%, and smartphones represent 23% penetration. So what are the markets driving data consumption? Well, Japan. Doug already talked about it. Japan has, over the last 15 years or so, introduced a number of world firsts, and you could see them flipping by on the screen. Today, LTE penetration is 25%. It's the 3rd largest LTE penetration worldwide. Mobile penetration well over 100, and smartphone penetration 76. Singapore, 30% LTE penetration, 2nd largest in the world, and a mobile penetration of 150 and almost 70% smartphone penetration. Australia, 21% LTE penetration, the 4th largest LTE penetration in the world, and a smartphone penetration of 60%. South Korea, then, the leader very much in both mobile and fixed broadband in the world. Undisputable leader in both, and a smartphone penetration of 67%. Mainland China, yet to launch commercially LTE services. They already have a smartphone penetration of 29% and a mobile penetration of 90%. Mobile broadband 27%. And then Indonesia, with a huge population of 250 million, a smartphone penetration of yet only 11% prior to LTE launch. And the 2nd largest market then in Asia Pacific, India, which are yet to launch LTE, of course will represent another huge potential in mobile broadband going forward. And just look at this slide, I think it says it all. Out of the top 10 LTE markets in the world, and that's then based on LTE penetration, 5 of them are in Asia Pacific. Korea #1, Singapore #2, Japan #3, US only #4 in LTE penetration. Of course, US represents the largest LTE subscription base, but in penetration they're only #4, closely followed by Australia. Then you have Hong Kong as #9 with 6% penetration. And that is then prior to some of the leading markets in Asia Pacific are yet to launch LTE. I argue that this picture will not be fundamentally different 5 years from now. So, is it really a sustainable position, or will other regions around the globe overtake Asia Pacific going forward? Well, let's look at our forecast for 2018. The PC and tablet penetration in Asia Pacific has always been low. We forecast that there will be 260 million by 2018. Smartphones instead, with a very rapid uptake, we expect will be 2.2 billion smartphone subscriptions by end of 2018. Mobile broadband subscriptions, 3.5 billion. And mobile subscriptions overall, 4.5. So how does that then relate to the total global situation? Well, you can see that with the sole exception of PCs and tablets, it represents more or less exactly 50% of the entire installed base by the end of 2018. So Asia Pacific is not only a leader today, they're also a leader tomorrow in mobile communications and in mobile services and in mobile broadband. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. All right, a great overview of all of Asia PAC, and after that, I'm pleased to now bring on stage the Japan's Ministry of Information and Communications, Mr. Charles K. Watanabe.